Welcome back, League of Legends viewers. This is the League of Legends World Championships rebroadcast. Season 1 didn't have any casters, so us three gentlemen here are going to help you out and cast these games for you. I am Smartest2, joined by Rougesareth, my co-color caster, as well as CurryKing, the play-by-play for the night, who hasn't cast in some time, and we've casted a lot of games together, so I'm excited to see what happens here. How you boys doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, pretty good tonight, and we've been informed. We haven't actually rewatched this games. I watched these games live, like when they happened, way back in 2010. But I don't remember.
Did you actually watch them live?
I don't even know if you could watch live.
Wait, what happened to
James live back then?
Wait, Champs Select. Okay. So
we're done with Champion Select. We're moving on.
Let's like establish some baselines right here. So you started first, Rougesareth, right?
Yeah, Season 0, like actually in beta, going all the way back, and I've played since then.
And then CurryKing, you started
Season 2.
And then I started pre-season 3, Season 3. So for example, Janna, I had no idea this is what Janna looked like way back in the day.
Yeah, so for Season 1, this is like one of the best skins in the game, probably. I mean, look at it. It's got
clairvoyance.
Yeah, not one but two colors, and we've got CV. This was the hot spell back in 2010.
There was nobody brought teleport either.
Nobody brought teleport. The top laners have ignite.
Wait. It's TSM versus XAN. So I've never heard of XAN, but I know they're a Chinese team, and a TSM. Obviously, we know who TSM
There's
is.
Xan DeForkness, who's playing as the Ashe.
We did some research, and by research, I went into Wikipedia, and this team doesn't exist
any longer. So hopefully at least this one will be really good though.
God, it's so
I actually missed this though. Like I played on a similar looking map, and like the UI, I actually enjoyed this time of League of Legends.
Yeah, this time, listen, the game
aura.
was pure. You see, Sona, this ability did nothing.
Wait, let's look at these compositions. We got Caitlyn, Vladimir, Amumu, Cho'Gath. Yo, this is a legit comp.
It's a real comp.
This comp would fly today. Well, Sona, but this comp would, in Season 11, this is a composition.
Yeah, so if you give me a second to kind of talk about what team comps kind of looked back then, you had typically really tanky top laners, really tanky junglers. We had sort of been figuring out ADCs and supports backlane. This is like a new invention.
Yo, Reggie looking to walk around.
Remember mana pots though?
Mana potions.
Yeah, dude, the cloth 5-star Mumu has, like the Akali, things like strat, things like that. So now what I want to know is like where everybody goes, right? Like,
yeah,
I
it's a mystery.
Who pilots? And I mean, if it's based off of pure names, I can kind of speculate TSM side, right? Like who's going to go where? Like Vladimir. Okay, sure. Season 1. What did I just see? What was that?
That's a clairvoyance, which is like a temporary blue ward that goes away.
It looked like a flash animation for a second.
I remember clairvoyance, yeah.
It's on maybe a 30-second cooldown, and if you did not have this in solo queue, you would be flamed. It was bad.
Gosh. Yeah, I remember was it Rage Surge, something like that? The one that had like an evil eye looking thing.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool ability.
That was a cool ability.
So let's see, we have
Oh god. If I played this now, it'd hurt my eyes.
What? This is still.
Look at the mage casters. Look, every time they hit something.
But let me put it this way: you knew that the shot was there.
Yeah.
You saw that projectile.
There was no invisible auto attack, but actually there were. This Mordekaiser.
This is the single target damage Mordekaiser.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, with the Q, the single. So Cho versus Mord. I mean, like today, this is heaven for Mordekaiser, right? Like this. But Season 1, I mean, this is. Cho'Gath hasn't been modified a whole lot, but Mord has like what, 2 reworks?
2 full reworks.
Right. So like, but I think even this one, I want to say Mordekaiser still has the advantage here.
Yeah. So his ult actually did % health damage.
Right. It's when like that was like the dot. Yeah,
yes.
Dot ult. Right, mm-hmm. right.
And let's talk about some champion differences. Yeah, if you die with Mordekaiser's ult on you, you get resurrected as a clone, which he can technically control, but was the most bugged thing in League of Legends history. Look it up. It's incredible.
Interesting. Before Azir came out, anyway.
Oh, worse than that. Believe it or not, there was an actual entire wiki page just dedicated to Mordekaiser's bugs.
Oh man. All right, let's do these though. I wish I could reorder the champions, but
me too.
So it's so we would have talked about the Cho Mord top. We have Nocturne and Mumu jungle, sure, Brand, Vlad, and then I mean, okay, not gonna lie, this is pretty standard.
Man, this is when you couldn't buy a health potion after you bought a Doran's item.
Yeah. Starting item costs for Doran's items were 500 gold each instead of 450 like they are now. We see Janna starting with what appears to be a fairy charm. Sona as well, which is pretty incredible because back then support items they don't exist. These guys are going to buy wards, and more wards.
I mean, you could say Heart of Gold. Oh, but Reginald is getting ganked though by Radiant right here. But he is. Oh, he does get the fear. But other than that though, he doesn't get any follow up with XAN. Oh, but the RainMan now going on to Vec.
He's just eating all of it.
I don't really remember too much about.
RainMan stopped moving.
He just stood there and I'm like, what?
It somewhat looked like he was clicking on his abilities with his mouse.
Did Rupture have a? It didn't have a cast time, did it?
Oh, it had a cast time.
Same as
well, was it longer? Because that could have been the reason why he stood still.
No, I believe he just stopped orb
He just
blocking.
stopped moving. Okay.
Indeed, he got distracted.
What does Mordekaiser build here?
What does he build?
Is Gunblade an item here?
Gunblade is an item here.
All right, so this is definitely Gunblade meta still, right?
But it did not have the active ability that would shoot out a laser beam.
But it had Woda. Was this Woda?
Will of the Ancients, which I'm gonna do my best to kind of chronicle all the old items. So there used to be Spell Vamp.
For you those old timers who know what I'm talking about.
We're not gonna see Blood Rage this game though, which I'll be kind of sad.
Where'd it go?
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
The gameplay. Look at the gameplay.
Will of the Ancients is an AP item. It's a book, and it gives lifesteal, but for your spells. Mordekaiser might build that this game. I wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah, but we also want people to see it because there is no.
It'll come back eventually. Nocturne ult is currently active. That's what's going on.
That's true. We're in darkness as we speak.
Yeah. I'm just like looking over these comps. Red side scales pretty well, right? They got the Nocturne, they got the XAN. I mean, that's.
Reginald though gonna get ignited and gonna get burned out with him. Has some and gets finished off by XAN as for the first blood.
Bay life.
Oh my god, the Reggie special.
Oh my god, and this was considered one of the best mid laners in the world in 2010. Yeah.
Season 1.
Well, there was like 3 mid laners, so
right.
It wasn't really a steep competition.
Yeah, Faker wasn't a thing yet.
No, he was
season
a
2,
fetus. Right? Yeah, season 2.
You said fetus?
A fetus, yes.
Especially a lot of damage though from that combo from both Ashe and Janna.
But this Sona should heal a ton up though, right? Like the healing was still like really nuts back then.
Yeah, really large. You can see already healing for 74 at level 4, which doesn't seem very fair.
Raymond already used his ult on a minion, but is getting a little punished for that.
I really want to what I'm most curious about is the macro, right? Like what the macro actually is gonna look like.
Yeah, really bad. I don't want to spoil anything, but we hadn't figured out how to play the game yet, you know?
Oh.
I mean, hey, this was TeamSpeak days. So
this was TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak, Garena.
Yep. But to be fair though, these comps are pretty legit.
Yeah.
Like it's typically a meme we talk about season 1 and the lack of compositions in worlds. But if you saw this today, again, season 11, right? You wouldn't meme on them. I mean, like maybe you would talk about what's meta and what's not. But these are standard champions that exist in those roles in season 11. 10 seasons later, 10 years later. So I mean that wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
as far as composition goes.
We had ideas.
Reginald taking a lot of beating from XAN right here. And he gets the stun off as well. That burn damage also taking him down.
But no brand pass. No triple tick brand passive.
Oh, that's true. He still gets burned though.
Oh, look at that targeting. The ping.
Ping. Because they're not talking.
Caitlyn has pinged. Or Caitlyn has been pinged.
Oh, but he is gonna get. Oh, then the ult comes up from darkness. Reginald gonna go on to Chaox. Chaox had to flash away. He's gonna be able to survive under tower. Xpecial gonna get knocked up by the Janna.
And incredibly, nobody did any damage. I think Chaox did more damage to them than he took in that dive.
I believe Chaox is running. No, is that Flash or Cleanse? It's Flash. That's Flash. That's 100%.
Yeah, that
is Flash.
Oh man, Reginald's just taking so much damage from XAN already, and XAN only has Sorcerer Shoes and Dorn's Ring.
Yeah,
but it's a timing those pillars of fire.
Yeah, he's really
also the scaling.
He's really getting Reginald's number here.
He's also
man, that damage is nuts.
So I believe way back in the day when they first released Brand, his E had really large range, so they would max it actually for this unavoidable single target poke, and that's probably what he's doing here if I had to guess.
You think it's E max Brand?
I think it is E max on Brand.
Interesting.
Hey, Moo got Philosopher's Stone. Let's go.
Oh, Philosopher's Stone. That's an oldie but goldie right there.
Yeah, it is. There was a whole series of items. This one in particular gave health, mana, regen, and then passive gold income over time.
OddOne now actually gonna get engaged by the XAN. OddOne is kind of in danger. He has to flash away, but he's still taking so much damage. He puts out the ult, but with the ignite, XAN gets another kill onto OddOne.
Oh my gosh, that was disgusting.
What man?
OddOne's a little overzealous there.
Yeah, really just stepping out of position and getting solo killed by the enemy mid laner.
I gotta say, my favorite part about all of that was the very necessary Gen ult coming in.
Just in case.
Almost look like he was saving Reginald.
Yeah, and look how much damage that Brandy is
my
doing.
God. That Brand Q is also so deceptive.
He also has blue buff, so that's just gonna be constant harass.
I'm also just looking at these CS numbers, right? Like these CS numbers would be flamed in season 11.
Absolutely. Back then, Doublelift came on the scene, and he could get, like 40 minutes or 40 CS in 6 minutes. Incredible. Every game, that consistency, maybe 50. But even him, he was considered the king of CS, and he could get these perfect CS scores, and he'll CS way under what even like a Diamond 2 level player could do now.
Raiden's about to get this red buff for free if OddOne doesn't start moving.
Where are your wards? Where is your pink ward, sir?
Yeah, let's look at the vision on the map.
Oh, OddOne though is about to go on under tower. Or not under tower.
Wait,
Radiant.
OddOne's just
Oh no! And this fight goes through. Radiant does get the red buff. He does. Oh, the apple hits. Radiant might get the kill on the OddOne before yet. Oh, but XAN actually gets the kill for his 3rd kill of the game.
Someone pulled up the Amumu lore. That was so sad.
Oh no! He's just crying himself to sleep tonight after that one.
TheForkness really putting out that whole. I'm sorry, his name.
OddOne.
TheForkness.
OddOne.
Wait a minute. Reginald's good. They all know they're going to
God.
XAN. XAN doesn't take that much damage. Oh, but Radiant gets ignited.
Bleed.
Actually, Mike. Oh, and gets burned out. And I don't think ults reset cooldown, did they? So Caitlyn actually just wasted her ult right there.
I believe they might have figured that out already.
No. Caitlyn should have.
Oh, Xpecial gets stunned though by XAN. Gonna be taking a lot of damage. Wait, cameraman, where are you going? Xpecial gets killed by XAN. XAN now at 4 kills, I believe.
And let's all do the right thing. And what are we fighting over?
What's more interesting than that is that a Mumu play where Mumu walked up and was all sad, like, oh man, he took my big big lizard actually. Starts killing him. Wait a minute. Checks the bush. The Hunter's still taking it out, and then gets ganked and dies. That was so sad.
Well, see,
I felt so bad.
This is also when Dragon really didn't matter too much except for the global gold.
It was pure gold.
Pure gold. So it gave local gold for the player that takes it, and a global gold of I think 190 gold maybe per player on the team.
But right here, like Zon didn't.
But it was very low prio if you compare it to like the macro of today, where it's actually game-winning impact. Dragons were really, and I remember this meta too, it was kind of like a nice to have. Like if you could get it, you got it. But you cared about Baron. That was the objective.
Yes, yeah. And Baron, of course, is something completely different in Season 1. That's going to give you some attack damage, ability power, I think health regen and mana regen maybe. It was a buff. Pretty powerful one too.
Nocturne is building Blood Razor. Those are Blood Razor.
Oh, he did get Blood Razor.
Yeah. Oh shit. No, that's not Blood Razor itself, but that's a.
Was it like Feral?
It looks like a
Feral Flare came much later.
No, not Feral Flare. I was gonna different knife.
This item right here is going to do some bonus damage, like a proc chance onto jungle monsters, I believe. Really helps you speed up because junglers jungled really, really slowly back then. The camps were really tanky, and if you look at the CS numbers, 37 Amumu, 38 Nocturne, those are the literal number of monsters they've killed, as opposed to today where every camp gives you 4 CS.
So another comment too. Vladimir and Mordekaiser both looks like they are going for that Will of the Ancients build. Again, that spell vamp build that Vladimir relied, and Mordekaiser same thing. Because Will of the Ancients, it's kind of funny when they removed the item, only Vlad built it.
God, Reginald taking so much damage, just from a single pillar.
Yeah, I think
this has to be WMAX.
One thing I really, really, really like about this season, and the older brand's design, is that his abilities do a lot more base damage.
But the flash special, he dodges the Ash. We're gonna get a double with an intrigue as an ult, but he's really low and cannot get away. And it comes like, when the Caitlyn ult goes through. Sorry, TheForkness tries to flash into it, trying to block it, but it was too late. Now TheForkness is in danger, about to get engaged by 3 members of TSM. TheForkness is now gonna be under tower, and the chase is finished.
I have to say, I really respect that darkness flash trying to save the support. I'll block the arrow for you. I don't know if I agree with it, but I love the support.
Looks like he's playing on about 300 ping too, because it was late.
Oh man, but his heart was in the right place.
Yes, he was really putting his feelings forward, doing the right thing.
I'm happy that top lane hasn't changed after all these years. Nothing happens. Nothing happens until late game.
We're seeing.
Speaking of getting to late game, this 2K gold advantage for XAN has basically been consistent since minute like 8, like 7.5, 8 minutes at a 2K gold lead. So I'm kind of curious to see if they'll actually be able to continue ramping that forward rather. I mean, I think this was the meta where everyone just kind of farmed till 20, 25 minutes and said, all right, guys, now we can talk.
Yeah, it was a little bit like that. It's somewhere between that and just randomly fighting. People would go for a lot of solo kills, a lot of solo engagements. We've seen that even this game between Reginald and Brand.
Well, Reginald about to get ganked, but the Vec already taking a lot of damage from Axion, though. Gets ignited, and the ult from Vec gets procced on him, and now his ghost shall roam the rest of the Summer's Rift.
Oh man, the ghost of Reginald passed.
Yeah, and this ghost, I'm just gonna say, I mentioned it earlier, is almost impossible to control. It's so frustrating. You have no idea trying to move this thing. It'll get stuck running and attacking a certain thing. It'll randomly run off the wrong direction, get stuck in walls. It's
Zon takes Dragon.
horrible.
No, ghost of Reginald passed, took Dragon. Oh, the back animations. I kind of missed those too.
They're kind of cool.
Really?
I know.
But like the pillars come up, like each layer just.
I like the cool animations we have now.
I mean, they're of course going to be cleaner.
You could back then hit recall and then start dancing in the pillar. That
I remember
Okay,
that.
wait. No, he's going Gunblade. Gunblade was the meta. Mordekaiser's picked up Pickaxe.
correct. Yeah,
So-
Mordecai does look like he's going Gunblade. He had both physical and AP ratios back then.
I couldn't just remember if that was the meta back then. It was Gunblade
Yeah,
on those champions.
you know,
But like you said, no, the active just didn't exist.
yeah. Different item, but still very effective on that kind of character.
Oh wait, I was wrong. What is it? What's his name? Radion?
That's a Wriggles Lantern.
Yeah, Wriggles Lantern.
over
So
here
he has
on
a free ward
Radion.
that he can just walk around with.
I'm not sure they had added the ward to Wriggles yet.
Really?
That was way later. That was like season 4, wasn't it?
No, that was in season 2.
Okay, I believe the Wriggles here just gives armor and attack damage, and maybe attack speed, really good on like Nocturne, Warwick, that sort of auto attack based clearing jungler.
I see.
Back in the days where you could buy so many wards.
Yeah.
So many wards.
Five,
Axion,
6.
Axion has 5 kills though with a needless.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is basically just Axion's game to run away with at this point. I mean, he has all. So the one thing is he has all his team's gold. But Caitlyn, Vlad, 1 kill each. They're not going to be able to contest Brand just yet. I mean, Brand has been strong throughout League of Legends history, right? Even well before he switched to a support role, closer support role that he is today in season 11. I mean, I think XAN sort of has the game here.
Outside of what's it called? Outside of for heal cut, Executioner's Calling. What other items gave you heal cut?
I think it was just that.
Really?
I believe it was just that item. Morello's
Thornmill wasn't the thing?
Thornmill was a thing. It did not give heal cut.
Oh wait, Reginald though. Gonna see Axion in the bush though. Axion gonna get the stun on Reginald. Axion gonna get ignited. Already at 60% HP. But Reginald gets the stun off though by Deforkness. Gonna get healed a little bit though by his. Oh, Axion now extremely low from the Caitlyn ult.
What is the point of that Caitlyn ult?
I don't know.
Yeah, and for any of the people who didn't necessarily play way back in the day, Brandol did not used to bounce. Some people might look at that play and say, "Oh, Brandol, just Brandol did, right? Like bounce the shots." It would not have bounced.
Oh yeah, back to himself.
Yeah, like it would just have hit once and that was it. So like that was the right play to run away. But I really, if they could coordinate that a little bit, XAN had coordinated that a little bit better.
Oh man, just look how slow it is to take down a tower back then.
Yeah,
Cho'Gath still struggles today.
There are runes back then, but not these powerful. No demolish.
The 1% crit.
Or not even that. No, was it? Either it was 8. Whatever your highest damage was would be the one that hits the,
for
hits the
AP?
tower.
Yeah.
It was adaptive.
So I want to talk about items really quick. Caitlyn's getting this Bloodthirster. It did not give crit back then. Just gave it a very large amount of attack damage, like 100, I think it was. And some lifesteal, really, really common first item rush on ADCs back in Season 1. Looking back, it's not 100% clear it was correct, but that's going to be true a lot of the time. And I'm looking down to the Cho'Gath, picking up a Catalyst, a Protector. That's going to go towards Rod of Ages, I'm sure.
Yeah, Rod of Ages. That was I know when you kind of saw almost every game, you would usually see at least one. Because back then they stacked too. You could stack multiple Rod of Ages.
It's just an item that gets stronger over time and gives a really nice amount of mana, health, and ability power. So it'd make these sort of tanky magic damage dealing characters really strong in the mid-late game.
Yeah, and one thing I also want to call out is, like, we were talking about CS earlier. I mean, if you look at Chaox and if you look at Vec, they are doing very, very, very well, even by today's standards, right? Like having 170 CS by 18.5 minutes is pretty good.
Radiant's gonna get caught here though. You
Is
get
this-
found out. Now the engage goes onto Radiant. Radiant does not have the shield up before the stun comes down, and Reginald also ults onto Radiant. 2 ults for one jungler.
Yeah, I guess TSM finally kind of got his number on that one because, I mean, Reginald has been invading this jungle back to back to back, like, endlessly. And finally, I liked how OddOne walked into the brush to not give vision of the ultimate going through so that Nocturne wouldn't have a good timing to spell shield it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good play.
Yeah, it actually was a good play, well timed, all that kind of stuff. And I actually noticed during the play that Amumu's picked up.
Ooh, Chaox with the
caliber net!
The forkness got the ult once more, but
prediction! Oh my god!
I actually don't even think it was gonna hit. I feel like his path was and Vec tries to stop the Cho'Gath from backing, but doesn't.
He's waiting for the next wave. And nobody's moving off the map. I still think, XAN has, despite that pickup on Radion, they're in the driver's seat. They need to leverage the fact that they have this 5-0 lead on this brand, who's just disgustingly strong right now, right? Throw this bird in a team fight, and it's so hard for TSM to respond to.
Yeah, look at Reginald. He just literally lost.
The damage is just disgusting.
Oh, but the first tower finally goes down for Zon.
Yeah, I do really think there's no reason Zon couldn't just post up outside of mid turret and siege that thing down, Get control of the enemy jungle, put some wards nice and forward, invading wards. They could just run this game over right now if they really wanted to.
Right, that's what I was saying. To Curry's point of, first tower for Zon there. I mean, that 20-minute first tower. Right?
It was almost accidental feeling too.
Yeah, like the way, right, like because you have, Vec just pushing that wave in like so many times in the tower here and there. Oh,
wow, Chaox has ult damage though to half of Intrigued HP. Actually, he had a little more.
I didn't even get to see if if Jen was able to get the shield off in time. If that was through shield, I don't think it was. I think it was just pure damage.
Yeah, and Cho'Gath opting here for the Force of Nature, a really, really nice item. Give a ton of health regen, movement speed, and magic resist.
Especially when your main threat is this brand. So this brand, like all the magic damage coming through, and Mordekaiser being so farmed. Force of Nature definitely the right play here. I completely agree with that. Teching and MR is going to get more. It's like both teams are grouping for this dragon fight though.
We see the Clairvoyance is coming out, getting some vision control down.
And just kind of really look for the angle with the Radion here, because one thing that I haven't seen at all is that Nocturnal being put to good use.
Yeah. And something I neglected to mention going back towards the beginning of the cast, but Radion's actually coming into this game as the jungler with Exhaust as his summoner spell, which, while not necessarily even remotely the correct choice, in these mid-late game team fights, Exhaust can really come in handy on a character like Vladimir or Caitlyn.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny because there are certain things we've almost reverted back to in today's League of
Legends.
Legends.
Radion going to be the one to start disengage. Radion has to put up the shield, but nothing hits the shield and proccing anything.
Neither team wants to commit, right? The TSM not wanting to go away. Darkness kind of pushing his luck a little bit here.
Hawkshot coming out, scouting out the dragon, not seeing anything.
OddOne starting the dragon though.
Now, so the OddOne does have Oracle's Lens, this little red eye above his head, pink eye. That's a permanent buff that lasts until you die that reveals all vision around you, kind of like the Oracle's Lens does now, but much more powerful. Cost about 500 gold.
Reginald might get caught here though. Axion might.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, Axion, nope. Axion actually completes his back.
Wow. Axion just nope. I'm out of here.
One thing, Reginald this game has sort of been breaking from the pack a lot.
Ooh, wait, RainMan though, we're gonna come here to see if we can get the Vec. Reginald having a hit all. Also, oh wait, actually disconnected.
Wait a minute.
Well, where's my chrono break?
DeForgness getting that ult off from Chaox.
Oh man, the hacks got turned off.
We didn't even have a pause button.
It just said connected.
Something I also want to point out about this broadcast is we could not use the replay system ourselves yet. And they had just introduced this for competitive league, but we didn't get the replay system for a long time after these early broadcasts when it was clearly just available and ready. This is like an old school, like what you would have read about back on the forums in 2010 or whatever. It was so obnoxious.
Oh, wow, Fork is getting pretty low,
so
though.
TSM electing to fall back. I am shocked at how much pressure TSM is being able to put down. It kind of feels like XAN is just overly cautious. Like they're the ones who in the driver's seat. They're the ones who have the momentum to move forward. They have these incredibly powerful tools, mainly this super fed brand, and they have been so passive. I really just wanted to see them group up and start mowing towers down. Instead, TSM is able to retaliate with a dragon, right? And a tower, or not in this tower, but pressure past bot lane tier 3 tower. That is such an aggressive play.
I want to see items. Reginald actually isn't taking as much damage as he used to. I think he got Force of Nature here.
I suspect that he probably just has the will of the ancients, and that's just the Vladimir health conversion is kind of protecting him there. Because I think I did see him with that Gunblade start.
Oh, I see.
Or not Gunblade, Hextech, whatever.
But also those
Hextech Revolver's not right.
those early kills have not been able to translate to much. You know, after those first 5 kills were beautiful from Axion, but beyond that, haven't really seen much movement from that. So over time, that lead kind of starts to die down a little bit. It's you know, the earlier the game is, the stronger that lead is.
Vec is level 17. He is ahead.
And you know, back then, Vladimir scaled really, really, really well. He had a really, really powerful late game, kind of like now, but maybe even more powerful. And Cho'Gath, Mumu, Sona, this is the drapings of a powerful late game composition. Xan do not want to let TSM scale here.
Yeah, and to your point, Curry, I mean, level 17 Brand at 24.5 minutes. He is
Brand?
7 level, or not Brand, I'm so sorry, Mordekaiser, thank you. Mordekaiser is 7 levels ahead of Xpecial, level 10 on Janna, or Sona, excuse me. Can't get champions' names right now. Right now. Anyways, moving on. Both teams sort of just at a stall here.
Yeah, I really am. I love these old graphics. The game looks terrible.
What?
It looks beautiful at the same time. This is like my childhood.
I do want to say, if Axion didn't disconnect at that dragon fight, they could. Zon actually, I think.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I think they could have actually
mid-fight,
won that
DC'd.
fight. Yeah. Well, because there was no fight. That was the thing. But if he was connected, he could have ulted and done a massive amount of damage to the team.
Yeah.
Now Chaox actually though gonna get caught up by Vec here. Oh, and the ult coming from DeForkness. Vec gonna get the kill onto Chaox.
Okay, one thing I do have to give a massive shout out to is Darkness's arrows have been disgusting this game. Almost everyone has. In fact, I can't recall. Oh wait, and we have the tower. No. Are they gonna focus tower? Focus tower. Focus tower.
Vec is definitely gonna get the tower here. Vec does so much damage to towers right now.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, but the ult gonna only hit 2 people though from Reginald. The fork is gonna destroy bottom tower, and but we're gonna get that nice ult from who was it? Xpecial. Reginald doing that consistent damage, also healing as much as possible. Does have the ult from Mordekaiser on his head. Reginald is still in though. Axion gets a kill onto OddOne.
What?
Reginald is still alive though. DeForkness though coming into the back. RainMan is in danger. Actually gonna kill by DeForkness. Xpecial now trying to run away, but is old Sona can't. Oh, when the flash does come through.
I love League of Legends.
Always shield, never die. Mordekaiser 2010, baby.
Zon comes out on top. DeForkness gonna take. Oh no damage. Axion actually takes the hit for him.
I guess we could talk for a second.
Truly an incredible display of old League of Legends and how broken it was. I mean, did you see that Mordekaiser?
I think I counted 8 times he was supposed to die and just didn't go down.
Yeah, you got the life steal
I just saw
coming out.
Tryndamere ult on Mordekaiser.
You get the spell vamp coming out, absorbing that health over and over and over again. On top of that, all the damage he does is converted straight into the shield. He's doing damage around him, on you, to everyone, to your Aunt Sue. And he's just healing the whole time. It's so cool. What a cool character.
This right here. That play was the motivation in the creation of Tom Kench. I'm just
right
saying.
there. They looked at that and said TK and
TK
Felios.
has to be a champion.
So
I refuse to die. I will not die. I refuse to do it. But
yeah, second item here coming out for the Mordekaiser is going to be the Guardian's Angel. It's the same thing it is now. It's great, powerful item. We got the Spirit Visage coming out for Vladimir.
But quick call out, Guardian's Angel back then was pure resistances.
Yeah.
No offensive components to it. It was a Negatron cloak and a chain vest.
That's right.
Did Heart of Gold build into anything?
In fact, I think it might have just given armor back then.
Philosophers.
No, Heart of Gold. On Nocturne.
I don't think it. No, I think people used to buy these fairly early on for pure gold income because at some point it was just more efficient. After you sell the item, you would have gained more gold.
I see.
There were a couple of cheesy top lane strats.
Although he got Heart of Gold pretty late though, so that's why I'm kind of he got it.
But we see two on Intrigue there.
Two Heart of Golds and a Philosopher's Stone, actually. They're coming out for the Janna. Triple GP10. This is our rich man. I think Curry for a second there touched on the idea of it was Smartest touched on the idea of cheese GP10 top laners. You'd see Gangplanks buying them. Famously, Nidalee would buy 2 or 3 Heart of Golds even on Nidalee sometimes in the top lane as a AD top lane split pusher, which is pretty awesome. Fam Dancer coming out here for Caitlyn. This item gave dodge back then. I think still. I don't remember if they had gotten rid of that yet, but this was a really frustrating item to play against and really strong as well.
There are so many shinies distracting me. I want to talk about the game, but I keep seeing the shinies. coming out of that last team fight, we kept talking about XAN really needing to find some momentum, and that they did turn that 2K gold lead into an 8K gold lead after that last fight, which, again, what a fight. But I hope this is going to give them the steam they need to say, you know what? We do own this game. This is our game. We just need to, maybe be a little more aggressive. Maybe group up, push down some lanes. Cool. So get those inhibs, rotate off the map. Let's get some basic macro going here, lads.
Chaox uses all onto XAN here, and mid second tower does get destroyed. Now all is left is the next tower. Vec taking no damage.
Look how just. This right here was a motivation for Braum. Stand behind me. He is able to position so far up, so disrespectfully, because he's just that strong. He's that far ahead. He's that tanky. They can't get through that shield.
Also, Mordekaiser's passive shield was just insane back then.
Because it never went if that shield was up, it was just constant. You had to break through it.
Yeah.
This used to be my big pick into Teemo tops.
Was it?
Because they struggled to get through Mordekaiser's passive. It was so difficult to deal with. Back when Mordekaiser was much more of a long range AP nuke harass caster.
There were a few more items I wanted to touch on in these inventories, but
now it's gone.
I can kind of recall we see some kind of items coming out.
We see damages though.
But who knows what those items are?
Cho'Gath was burning.
I mean, we are seeing plenty. We are definitely seeing plenty of crit from both the AD carries. Xpecial taking some good hits from XAN.
RainMan's regen right now is incredible, and I'm sure he must be running a Warmogs at this point.
I would like to see if that's done by now.
Because his regen, we saw him eat multiple harassment abilities. We saw the Ash W, the Brand W come down, and RainMan just ate all of it.
I think it might just be Sona being Sona.
Oh, is it just Sona's regen alone? I mean, those were some pretty high numbers like we discussed earlier.
Indeed.
This Baron, though, I don't want XAN. Just set up vision for the Baron, sweep it.
Yeah.
Set up vision for Baron, and sweep it. Not sweep it like the sweeper's trinket, but sweep it like get the Baron.
Baron back then only gave a stat buff.
Just a stat buff, but it was very important. And even though it wasn't just like an automatic victory, it was very scary to win without Baron in many games. Many players, though, scared of the Baron.
Also a mental thing, though. Typically, even back then, whichever team had Baron, it was, okay, time to switch to offense, time to switch to defense.
You feel fancy, you feel purple.
Go fancy!
And that makes you powerful.
Yeah, fancy pants makes you go zoom.
Cho'Gath's movement was actually looks really fun.
He's moonwalking.
Reminds me like a freaky underwater creature.
Yeah. I think how it's gonna go down is Deforkness or Radion has to start the fight with one of their global ults.
It just feels like both teams are wanting to find one person out of position from the other side before committing any play. I think we're seeing a lot of respect come down. Basically, both teams are so willing to wait, and that's something that you don't really see nowadays as much.
Yeah, but I really do think that that XAN could be looking for these picks with these Ash Arrow and these Nocturne ults. And even if they don't connect, you don't really lose much by going for them. You can just keep trying, and these cooldowns aren't that long, and you're not going to get engaged in so much either by TSM. They just don't have that engaging power that threatens you when your ult's down.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with the might land, because darkness is...
The great sea snake in the water rears its ugly head.
It's so small. I love it. I miss this season. Holy
Fun
crap.
fact: the Baron you can stun.
Oh,
wait, what might just happen? Reginald is going to get a lot of damage right here. Oh, he'll be able to pull. I don't think he'll be able to pull in time. Oh, no, he does get able to pull. He has a very tiny entry, but there was a Fortress coming. Who's a flash? Gets a kill on a Reginald right there. And now RainMan is going to be in danger as well. Oh, Xpecial trying to run away from two very... Chaox actually dies to Vec. We don't have a good camera. Oh, wait. Oh, Xpecial does die to the Radiant, though. And RainMan has to run away. Oddone has taken no damage. A fantastic jungler and engager, I must say.
Holy smokes. It's like I was saying, they're wanting to find one person out of position. And again, we've seen it happen time and time again. Reginald maybe a little bit out of position, maybe not where he needs to be.
Yeah, and this is really starting to look like it may be an upset, TSM really considered one of the premier teams back then, and you had two great teams in America, CLG and TSM, the great rivalry of all time, and this was one of the greats. So if this team loses a game, it's always going to be a bit of an upset.
The tower goes down. And if the tower goes down...
Wait, could Mordekaiser Q towers back then?
Mordekaiser
yeah, he was. He was queuing two towers throughout the whole game.
There's been so many iterations of Mordekaiser, and they've all been so fun to play.
I'm actually kind of surprised Zon didn't just finish right there. I feel like they're still strong enough to fight again.
I completely agree with you. I think that, again, Zon have been in the driver's seat the whole time. Since minute 7, they had such a 2K gold at minute 7 is nuts. And all they needed to do was understand, we're kind of strong. Our brand is kind of nuts this game.
By the way, I respect all of you support players who played during this time. Just look at Xpecial level 11 and Intrigued level 12, while everybody else is 3+ levels above them, except for the junglers.
And this was the game, right? Like supports were always that far behind in XP.
Yeah. Truly 5 positions. You know, running around, not being in lane, not getting resources.
830 crit.
That dragon died so fast.
What dragon? I blinked.
Who?
So what? And on the flip side, though, we keep talking about, and I really do think that Zon is the ones who are sort of not closing this game out. It's not so much of anything crazy from TSM side, which are doing their best, but I really would like to see Zon play a little more confidently. You know, like you mentioned, TSM considered a powerhouse at this point. Maybe it was nerves, or maybe like first League of Legends World Championship. You know, none of these guys are coming in as veterans to the game or the professional scene behind it. You know, it could be to see a massive respect sign we're seeing right here.
Yeah, it really may be, and it may be fear. You know, we didn't really understand so much how to end games back then. Like, we got the gist. You hit the towers go down, but the way you position a macro and siege and bait, it was a little bit more ad hoc back then. The games just kind of ended when enough people died. It felt like it was fun.
I think Zon actually might finish it right here though. Oh, and the ultimate Deforctus does not hit Chaox. The engage is stopped.
It's like I said earlier. If Vec is able to play, he is the one guy who on Xan who's just like, let's go. I'm ready. I got this big shield. Come at me. And TSM's really scared of
how long is Ashe's... Wait, Ashe's cooldown is really short. Like, her ult is already about to come back maybe in less than 30 seconds.
I would actually say Ashe has always kind of been that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it is late game, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, Ashe's ult has always been deceptively low in cooldown.
You know, and we just saw Xan walk into TSM's base and taking the middle inhibitor with almost no contest. And what makes you think he'll be able to do that again?
Oh, Reginald taking a lot of damage here. Might have to pull away. Yep, we'll be pulling away, but there is a Vec right here, and the ult coming from Radion. Gonna go on to Chaox. Chaox is getting really low. Is gonna get finished off by Axion right here. Oh, somebody got popped. I don't know who that was. Oh, it was Radion. Vec, though, still gonna engage with the ult coming from Intrigued. Chaox. Oh yeah, it's now a ghost. Okay, and gets killed. Odd1 gets finished off.
He's back for round 2.
RainMan though trying to run around his tower, ring around Rosie. Gonna get taken down though pretty quick here. Gets the silence down, but has no HP left. Will fall. Deforctus getting really low. Reginald with a pull. Might heal just a little bit. Axion though. Oh, he might fall. No, Axion stays alive.
Oh, he lived. Oh man.
And nobody from TSM survived.
Oh, Reginald, He wanted that vengeance. Like, please, just once, let me have this moment. But finally, even walking out of the jungle, I saw the confidence from XAN. The
Deforctus was getting all the Xpecial Axion getting in.
Said, you know what? All right, take me too. And XAN finally playing that aggressive play wanted them as they take out the Nexus here, taking down TSM.
Oh. Well, you're right. It was an upset.
It was an upset. Yeah, truly.
Oh, man.
Xan coming through, really steamrolling TSM. Didn't even make it look close, honestly.
Yeah, you know, the one thing that got me, though, is that they took a little bit to come online, but one confident play, and that's game over. Thanks for joining us here at the LOL League of Legends World Championship. Moving on, this has been, again, Smartest2, Rougesareth, and CurryKing.
Yeah, and a pretty spectacular game, and hopefully we're going to see a few more over the next couple days.
Bye.